All right, hey everybody, we're talking about the top 5 things that casinos don't want you to find out or know about. My name is Mark, I'm a slot technician. I've been on the inside and I'm here to share some of the things they really don't want you to know. But if you do know and you educate yourself, you might end up being a better gambler. Let's get going. All right, welcome back to the Gamble Smart channel. I hope everybody's doing well out there. So we're talking about the top 5, I love this topic, the top 5 things that I've picked that the casinos purposely hold back from the public. And I think this is important information. It's good to get educated on this stuff, guys. If you want to become a better gambler, if you are a gambler and you want to be better at it, why would you not want to educate yourself to understand what's going on? What are the things that casinos don't want to tell you? I think this is an important topic, so we're doing a video on it, right? But if you're new here, we certainly want to welcome you. If you like that kind of stuff, we would love a subscription. Hit that thumbs up, and then also share it with a friend. If you have somebody who's really interested in gambling and becoming a better gambler by being more knowledgeable about the games they're playing and which games to avoid and all those kinds of things, then we might be a good spot for them. So pass it along. We really do appreciate all the support. All right, this is my top 5 list. No particular order except for number 1, which I think is the most important, but we're going to count down to that. So number 5, what is the 5th thing that I think casinos purposely hold from you? That is, they do not tell you which are the best games to play inside of a casino. Guys, there is a reason 90% of the floor is slot machines. It's one of the best house advantage games that there is, okay? The house odds are much increased on slot machines compared to table games like blackjack, roulette, etc. Okay, and people love slot machines. Okay, it's the winning formula for casinos. And so if they can remove some table games and put some more slot machines in there, you better believe they're going to do that. And that's why some of the casinos only have 1 or 2 games going of blackjack or roulette at a time. Even though they have all these tables, they only have 1 or 2 at a time. So they want them to fill up so people will go play the slot machines while they wait for a spot. Everything inside of a casino is designed around slot machines, okay? They want to obstruct your view. They want to make it very difficult to get from the front door to the hotel elevators without you having to walk by 24 slot machines, okay? All of that is by design. Casino management, when they get in to a casino and they try to lay it out, they purposely try to do that so that's not just a straight shot anywhere. You have to go through these mazes and you have to walk by a bunch of slot machines, and they put the big flashy ones with the, you know, the big bells and whistles. And bells and whistles, that's kind of dating me. There's no bells and whistles anymore. You know what I mean? Flashing lights, the big progressives, the real tall machines. They want you to see all that stuff because they know if you look at it enough, you're probably going to sit down and play it. So yeah, guys, number 5 is not knowing which are the best games to play. And like I said, we did, well, I don't know if I said this or not, but we did do a video on the best games to play, and I'll link it up here in case you're interested in checking that out, because it's not something the casino offers to people, okay? Even if you ask, they'll probably say, just play the slot machines. Guys, I know I love slot machines, okay? I have a heart for them. I love playing them more than I do table games, even though they have a worse player advantage. But I also know that going in, and I think you should too. All right, let's get on to number 4. All right, number 4 of things that casinos do not want to tell you. They do not want you to know what time of day it is, whether it's bright outside, dark outside. Why do you think there's no windows, with the exception of like the Wynn and Durango inside of Las Vegas? Most casinos are dark. They're secluded. There's no windows. Now, people used to think they pump oxygen. They don't do anything crazy like that, but they really do want you to lose track of time, because if you lose track of time, you're more likely to start making reckless bets and not knowing when to stop, right? It's like, holy shit, it's dark all of a sudden. I need to leave. I need to get out of here. They don't want you to know that. They want you to think that the only thing that is the most important to you right now is to be playing, whether it's a slot machine or table game, and they will do whatever they can by blocking off light coming in. They don't put clocks anywhere. They don't want you to know, and that is all by design, guys. They want you to keep playing, keep playing, keep playing. Who cares what time of day? It's 24 hours. You're not tired. Keep going. That's what they want, guys, and they design casinos with that purpose in mind. All right, let's get on to number 3. All right, number 3 is a good one. Why do you think that there is so much free alcohol inside of a casino? Now, not all casinos give away free alcohol, but most of them do. Guys, inebriated people make stupid decisions, stupid betting decisions. This is why I hardly ever, every now and then I will, but hardly ever drink while I'm gambling, because it makes you, I mean, you're already at a disadvantage here with playing things like slot machines, because you're trying to focus on your bankroll, you're trying to focus on how much you're up and down. And if you add alcohol to that mix, it makes it even worse, where you're just like, you get this, f it attitude, where you're just like, it doesn't matter, I don't care. What if I lose it, I lose it, big deal, who cares? You start getting that attitude, right? And that's what they want. They want to give you as much free stuff as they can, and alcohol is the best way to do that. There are other methods that they use, like, giving you free play, or they do the giveaways every hour, stuff like that, to keep you playing. And I'm sure some of your casinos out there will do that, where they're like, as long as you have your Players Club in and you're playing and you're active, then you will be eligible for our drawing every single hour for $100 free play or something. Guys, that's all there to keep you playing, keep you playing, keep you playing. And there is somebody in the back room, the marketing guy, who is putting all this in place. So pumping the alcohol out, getting the free play out, hosts coming up to you, all of these things are by design to keep you in that property and to keep you playing as long as possible. And casinos put a lot of thought into this, and they don't want you to know that. But that's the reason they give so much free alcohol and stuff, because an inebriated person is not a smart gambler, and they know that, right? So do yourself a favor. If you are going to drink while you gamble, this is the best time than ever to put your money in a safe place inside of your room, or your spouse, or whatever the case, unless she's drinking too. That may not be good. Sorry, honey. But anyway, put it somewhere else where you do not know or cannot get to it, because that's important, right? If you're going to drink, you don't want to have your entire bankroll in your back pocket. Put some limits in place, and then you can go down and have a good time and not worry about just losing your butt because you're drinking a lot, right? Okay. We want you to have fun. If you do drink while you gamble and smoke and all that is totally fine. But know that casinos are purposely doing that. There is a reason why they have all this free stuff going on, because they want you to keep playing and making bad decisions. Let's get on to number 2. All right, number 2 might be a touchy one, but hear me out, guys. Casinos do not want you to know that they just see you as walking dollar signs. And this is for everybody, every gambler out there, including you influencers out there, because we've been on the receiving side of this. They will do anything to make you feel like you're their best friend, okay? But I assure you, casino management looks at you totally different, okay? Hosts look at you different. Casino managers look at you different. They just see a walking dollar sign, and the bigger those dollar signs, the more they're going to attach themselves to you, okay? You got to be cognizant of this, because it's a false sense of reality, right? The limo pickups, the coming in and getting this crazy suites and free play, and the host coming up to you acting like he's your best friend. Yeah, there are some exceptions out there. I have known some hosts that have been just general friends of mine, and I know that they're not trying to be over the top. But in general, guys, you got to realize that all of that is by design, and they just see you as a dollar sign. That kind of rhymes. I'm going to make some lyrics out of that. I won't sing, I promise. But anyway, guys, that is really important to know, because as we're always saying on this channel, when you go into a casino, you need to act like you're the boss. We've said this a couple of times in a couple of our videos. You need to be the one in control. Don't let all of the distractions of the casino overcome your ability to manage your bankroll and to have fun, okay? If you feel like you're being pressured in any way by a host, and I've heard some stories out there, guys, where hosts are like, you need to spend some more time in the high limit room before I can give you another night stay and stuff like that. Guys, you should just say, screw off. I'll do what I want to do. If I don't get the extra night stay, I don't get the extra night stay. But get off my back, right? Guys, there are some bad hosts out there. There are some great hosts out there. But I think in general, you need to understand that, casinos are a money-making entity, like we've talked about with number 5, 4, and 3 in this list. Number 2 is just kind of the over-the-top stuff. And you got to be able to see between the lines. You got to know that they are doing something. What are they trying to get in return? They are trying to get you to play more, to stay longer, all those kinds of things. Hey, Mark, I haven't seen you out in a couple months. You plan on coming out? I can give you a suite and I'll double your free play and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, that's very generous of you. They're not being generous, guys. They are not being generous. They are there to get you in, because they know if they can get you in, you will start playing and they can make their quotas, right? All right, so just be very aware of that. That is definitely something casinos don't like people to know. They want to feel like they want to feel like you're your best friend, like you're walking in and it's your house and your neighbors and stuff like that. But No, it's all an illusion. It's a big dollar sign, and I know we'll probably get lit up in the comments for that. But I've seen the other side of this, and I know for sure this is going on. And it's some people just are very gullible for it, and they don't realize that they're getting taken even more than they would just going to the casino. All right, guys, we've made it to number one, and I think this is the one that you really need to pay attention to. Let's get into it. All right, number one, and Jody, my wife, is not going to like me saying this, but casinos love dumb walking around. Oh man, here come the comments. I'm sorry, but guys, it's the truth. Casinos want dumb players. They want people that don't know what's going on. They want people that chase the firecrackers and the piggies and everything else thinking they have an advantage. They want people to be drunk off their ass and come in and play. They want people to not know what's going on, lose sense of touch of reality, not knowing what time of day it is, coming in with thousands and thousands of dollars ready to spend it. Casinos create an environment for this, and you got to be fully aware that this is exactly what they want. The dumber the gambler, the person that is uneducated about how all of this stuff works, is the best candidate for them to invite into the casino. Okay, and that is a large reason why this channel exists. And yes, I know there's a lot of casinos that we'll probably never get a deal with the casino because I just said that, but you know what? I don't care. I'm here for the player. I'm here for you guys. And you guys need to be fully aware that the more educated you are, the more likely that you will come out ahead over the casino. Now, it's still games of chance. Everything is a game of chance, right? It's gambling, right? You're putting risk on the line. Nothing is guaranteed. But the longer you stay, the more you get inebriated with alcohol, the more you fall for those hosts giving you all this stuff and free rooms, and all, the more that you do that, and the more that you play games that you don't understand fully, 100%, the more likely you are to be at a disadvantage and to lose more money than you would otherwise have a chance to. Okay, so keep that in mind, right? You got to keep that in mind, guys. Please gamble smart. There's my tie-in. I've been waiting a month and a half to figure out a video where I could tie in gamble smart. There it is. Gamble smart, guys. Gamble safe. That means learn, whether it's from us or other people or doing your own research. Learn the game that you're about to play. Learn what the casino operations are. Learn how to bankroll manage and to budget. Learn how to create sessions. Learn when to walk away and learn when to call it quits. These are the core principles of gambling smart, and every gambler should be doing these things so that you are not dumb walking into a casino, because that's what they tailor towards. That's what they want, and we need to turn that around on them and come in. Like I said, you are the boss. I don't care what you tell me. I know what I'm doing. And that's what we want. We want smart gamblers out there. So if you're going to do it, gamble smart, gamble safe. Thanks for listening, guys. Take it easy. Till next time, see you later. Bye-bye.